What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to cover 12 things you should stock up on before November. Stick around to the end of the video because we're going to walk you through how you're going to be able to win a brand new SC4, one of my favorite survival knives. This is one of the beefiest, most awesome survival knives, so stick around to the end of the video and I'm going to actually show you how you're going to be able to win one of these. It's actually got super high odds. Big ups to Dan, who actually won the last one. If you're watching out there, Dan, congratulations. Hope you're enjoying this. So looking forward to sending out one more of these to one lucky subscriber. So stick around to the end of the video. So with all the uncertainty that's happening in the world today, with the riots and the economy and worries about inflation and deflation and instability, I can understand where a lot of people are like, what should I be doing to prepare? What should I be doing to prepare leading up to November with everything that's going on in the world? How can I best prepare to make sure that my family's taken care of, that I'm taken care of? And so after doing a lot of research on YouTube, on a bunch of different websites, I came up with a list of 12 things that you should be stocking up on leading up to November to maximize your success. First and foremost, I think that cash actually is very overlooked. I think that cash, particularly making sure you have 3 to 6 months of minimum of living expenses, potentially even up to a year if you can afford it, having that stocked away and ready to go just to be able to handle your bills. Because if you think about it, like the number one potential disaster is a financial disaster. You losing your job, unable to work. And so you being able to have that stocked away and the bills being able to be taken care of, I think is something super important. Now, if you're worried about inflation or deflation, what you can do is diversify how you're storing your cash. And so you could end up converting that into silver or gold, which I know that is very volatile. There's a reason for it, is because, you know, if you look at, for fall, for instance, he was mentioning in Venezuela, one silver coin, one ounce silver coin, which you can buy from $20 to $30, would be the equivalent of 1 month of groceries. And so having maybe 12 of these just stocked up, ready to go. Gold is probably a little bit too much, but it's a great way to store a large amount of value in a small convenient small package. You know, you could store this and stitch it into your clothing and have, you know, $2,000 ready to go, just stored away. So that's number one. Stock up on cash. Make sure you've got your bills paid and taken care of. After that's taken care of, the next thing that I would be worried about is food and water. So let's go with water. So water over here, these are a couple representations of water. This is a clean canteen. It's a single wall. It's really awesome. You can end up using it to boil water. You can put this directly into a fire. Then you've got the Catadine Be Free, which is an awesome water filter. And then you can see here, I've got a Reliance 3-gallon tank. I think it's super convenient for camping. I think 3 gallons is the perfect amount for a weekend camping trip with a little bit of extra. So you've got your water squared away. Then the next component is your food. I've got a review coming up on the Mountain House. We're doing some taste tests on Mountain House, so subscribe and hit some notifications if you want to hear more about Mountain House and just freeze-dried food in general. But food in general, I mean, honestly, when you're stocking up, you know, you'd be surprised at how much food you need to stock up for 3, 6 months, even up to a year. You know, just your grains alone, you're looking at about 1 pound of grains per person per day. So that's 30 pounds of grains. So that'd be the equivalent of a 25-pound bag of rice per person, not to mention all of the beans and the meats. And I actually have a spreadsheet that helps you calculate how much food you need. So if you all are interested in it, just leave a comment below and I'll be happy to share with you the link to the spreadsheet that'll help you calculate how much food to stock away depending on the size of your family and the amount of months that you want to have stocked away. But food is huge. Additionally, if you could, figure out a way to have sustainable food. So seeds are super important. If you're into gardening, I think it's part of that self-sustainable lifestyle, that survival mindset, being able to have some seeds ready to go. I actually think that one of my favorite things is the Aeropod garden. It allows you to get started with gardening very easily in an apartment or in your kitchen. It doesn't require daily watering. It's almost foolproof, and it's a great way to get even to this day, even with a full garden in the backyard, I tend to get my seeds started in my Aeropod garden, and then I end up moving it to the raised garden beds outside. So having seeds and honestly, if you've got the extra cash, maybe even investing in some land, you know, with even half an acre. There's an excellent book called I believe it's called the Backyard Homesteader. I'll put a link in the description if y'all are interested. Just leave a comment below. The Backyard Homesteader ends up walking you through how you can have an entire garden to feed a family of 4 in 1/4 of an acre in your backyard. So it's an excellent book. It allows you to get started. I actually learned this from another YouTuber, and I'll post her channel. Turn your waiting room into a classroom. So just because you're in an apartment doesn't mean you need to wait till you have 20 acres and a full farm to get started. Get started like with some small microgreens in your windowsill. Like start to build up these skills so that way when the time finally comes and you're ready to move into your homestead, you've got the skills and you know that you actually enjoy this lifestyle. And so you're building towards something rather than you're just jumping right into it. And so you know exactly what you're getting into. So seeds, land is great if you can afford it. Is a great place to park your money. Honestly, coffee and tea. This is huge. So I love these little Kuju cups. It creates a camp pour over. So you've got coffee. These are and if you do your research on any place that has gone through some turmoil, coffee and tea are actually some of the best bartering goods. People love their coffee. It helps create a sense of normalcy. And so if you've got coffee and tea stocked away, you are a rich man. So coffee and tea, it doesn't go bad, particularly like these freeze-dried packets. I love the Cafe Bustelo. This is a decaf, but they've also got an incredible just regular one. They're super tasty. I really enjoy these, and these are great for camping. So coffee and tea is another excellent thing to stock up on. Now, don't be the guy that has all of the cans and no can opener. So these little P38s, the P51s, the ability to open up a can, this is come in handy. My main can opener has broken and now I'm stuck. And so luckily I was able to pop this open for my camp kit and be ready to go. And so I think this is so important, it actually deserves its own spot. So stock up on these, get yourself a can opener, be ready to go. So with the food and water taken care of, then the next thing is hygiene. I think that a lot of people don't put enough emphasis on hygiene. Go through your morning routine, go through your night routine. What are you using in the shower? What are you using to brush your teeth? What are you using for deodorant? Stock up on that stuff. I mean, it's super cheap right now. You can pick it up on Amazon. You can have a 1-year supply for under $10. So get your deodorant in place. Get your moist towelettes. Moist towelettes are white gold. Feminine hygiene products, toothpaste, toothbrushes. This stuff doesn't go bad. Soaps, why not? If you've got $100, throw it at some hygiene and you'll be stocked away and ready to go. And you're not gonna have to worry about those runs that are inevitably going to happen. You're not gonna be the person in line holding 4,500 pounds of toilet paper because you're freaking out. You've got it all stocked away and you're ready to go. And so get your hygiene squared away, get your moist towelettes squared away. And then for your lady friend, make sure you've got the feminine hygiene products and you will be that hero. The next thing, hand tools. Power, I've lived through a couple hurricanes. I've been out of power for multiple weeks. There is nothing more annoying than not having power in order to cut the wood around the house, to clear brush, to be able to make it to work. And so get the power tools now. They are super cheap. I think I picked this up for $10. This replaces a jigsaw. It uses your standard reciprocating saw blades. And so I can be cutting. We've already talked about the Baco Laplander. You've got bolt cutters here. You've got a hand drill, self-drilling screws. So you don't necessarily need to use your power drill. You've got that all taken care of. Flashlights, multi-tools. Get your hand tools all squared away. In fact, start working on some of your carpentry skills. Start working on some of your handyman skills. Those are all super critical in a self-sustaining lifestyle. And so get your hand tools all squared away. Now, having said that, power. Let me tell you, when the power went out, when I went through some hurricanes, the houses that had the generators were the ones that were rich. When everyone else, this was in South Florida, everyone was sweating and just dying of heat. But the few houses that had the generator, they dropped $1,000, $2,000 and took care of their generator, their power. They had air conditioning, their fridge was running. I actually did a lot of research on the solar generator. I actually would recommend going with a solar generator before you go with a gasoline generator. Number one, because it's quiet, and so it allows you to stay, if for whatever reason, shit hits the fan, it allows you to stay quiet and not be generating a ton of noise. Number two, if you've got an inverter, you already have a gasoline generator in your car. And so you've got a gasoline generator ready to go, just plug that into your inverter so you can pick up this solar generator. I did a lot of research in the Jackery 1000s. My favorite actually uses a Honda engine, a Honda battery, which is incredible. They're well known for their reliability. And this 1000 is powerful enough to power your air conditioning, powerful enough to power your refrigerator. And so if you were to drop $1,000, this is the one that I would go with. It has way better reviews than the Energy Kayak or any of the other ones, and it's from a brand that's recognizable. All the other ones, they're kind of no-name brands. They're brands that may disappear a year from now. Jackery's been around for a while, and so having that power, just knowing that you've got that taken care of. In fact, there was a lightning storm the other day, and we lost power for a few hours. Knowing that I could plug this in and we were using it, it was perfect. Let me tell you, come out as a hero. So the Jackery, 100% really solid. The next thing, first aid. So these are representative of first aid. So we've got some dental tools here. And so you've got the dental tools here, and then we've got a little bit more first aid kit here. So your Band-Aids, your medications, making sure that those are all taken care of, I think are super important. So stock up on those things. And masks, I think masks are important enough that they deserve their own spot. Masks are very plentiful right now, but if we lead into November where we've got a double corona plus the flu pandemic, with everything that's going on, there could be another mask run. And so you want to make sure you're stocking up on masks right now and that you are ready to go. Next thing, we talked a little bit about communications. I think that communications are super important. Getting yourself a solar hand crank radio allows you to have a light as well as the radio, so you can just stay on top of what's going on. When we lost power, being able to know, hey, like what's working, what's not. And while they're still cheap, why not pick up a ham radio? I mean, they are still 25, 30 bucks on Amazon. I mean, this thing, this was the internet before the internet. You can pick up a ham radio and you can be ready to go. And so I would highly recommend everyone scooping up one of these. I have heard that it's worth the upgrade to get the more expensive one. I think it's got an 8 in the model. I have yet to pick that up, so I can't recommend that one. But I have heard from multiple people that are in the know that the 8 is worth the upgrade because you get an upgraded antenna, as well as upgraded battery life. So take a look at those. But if you can't afford that, 25 bucks, why not pick that up? The next thing is magazines. So we don't, regardless of what your politics are, you've seen this happen multiple times. You've seen it happen in multiple states where they'll put bans on any magazines that are more than 10 rounds. So why not pick up the ones that you can get a PMag now for $10 on PSA, on Palmetto State Armory. So why not pick them up right now? You can get a bunch of PMags. I think like everyone should have at minimum 10 PMags ready to go. Scoop up some magazines for your Glock, particularly the fun sticks, the 30 rounders. You can scoop those up now. And in terms, that's obviously for security. At the same time, why not pick up a Guardline sensor? So the Guardline sensor, it's fully battery operated. It doesn't require Wi-Fi the way that your Ring or other camera systems. It allows you to alert you. And so if you did lose power, you at least still had some security and creating a perimeter. You only really need 1 or 2, just like particularly in the entryway and in your backyard. So that way that you're aware. In fact, my dog has already been trained. So she knows when she hears the Guardline go off, she's already at full alert and going crazy. And so we've already got that set up, and we've created multiple layers of security leading into it. We use that, we use the Ring, we use this other system, Deep Sentinel, that'll actually connect you to live security guards, which is super interesting. And they'll call 911 on your behalf, as well as other multiple layers of security at the house. And so we've pretty much got live guards at the house 24/7 for 50 bucks a month, which is pretty interesting. So we've created multiple layers of security all the way leading into multiple firearms. And so building up that level of security lets you know that, hey, I'm taken care of in shit hits the fan scenarios. So quick recap, we kind of talked a little bit about, we've got the food, the coffee, thinking about your pet food. We just mentioned my dog, making sure your dog is taken care of, the seeds and land, if you can take care of that. We talked about the water over to the right, making sure your water is taken care of. Cash and silver, obviously super important, making sure that that's all squared away. Hygiene, your moist toilettes, your feminine hygiene, your deodorants, your toothpastes. You want all those things all squared away. Can openers, hand tools, including the multi-tools. If you haven't seen the video, the one-handed trekker, love this thing. Watch my video on that, really, really cool. As well as your survival blades, the SC4. Stick around, we're about to give that one away. The power, so not only do you have the Jackery here, propane, very underutilized. It's probably the most efficient, almost never expires, is a really efficient way to store power. And if you've got a camp cook set, I mean, propane, stock up. They're cheap now. Why not pick that up? Communications, so we talked about the ham radio as well as the NOAA radio. Have those ready to go. First aid, so you've got the first aids, you've got the hygiene products, the Band-Aids, the medication. Watch my bug out video, so look at my full medical kit as well as the tourniquet. So making sure you're picking up a tourniquet. You could probably eliminate 80% of catastrophic injuries with just a tourniquet and maybe some combat gauze. So between those two things, you can end up saving quite a few lives. So making sure you have those stocked up at your house, stuck in your car, and know how to use it. Know how to use your tourniquet, know how to use your combat gauze, and you can end up eliminating 80% of fatalities with just those two pieces of equipment. Masks, stock them up, they're cheap right now. Magazines, who knows what's gonna happen with them. And also ammo, also your Guardline sensors. Building those layers of security are ready to go. And then the last thing, actually forgot to mention this, entertainment. If y'all are out of power, if you don't know what's going on, if you're stuck at home, still quarantining, you're gonna get cabin fever. And so being able to stock up on entertainment. So entertainment for me could be books. I highly recommend the SAS Survival book. It's a lot of fun. It could be card games. It could be your home garage gym. I think it's one of the best areas to invest. Stay in shape. Build a daily habit of working out. Could be gardening. Whatever you want to use for entertainment that doesn't require electricity is something you should be stocking up on. So entertainment, cards, books, home gym equipment, you're all ready to go. And so, you've got the 12 things here, all ready to go. These are things that you should be stocking up on before November, or hell, you should be stocking up on regardless. I mean, I use these things almost on a weekly basis, whether I'm going camping or just using stuff around the house. And so this is a lifestyle. This isn't something that you're just like, hey, I'm gonna buy this stuff and throw it in the garage and never use it. Like I mentioned, I just used this thing last week when the power went out. I use propane all the time when I'm camping. I'm drinking coffee every morning. I'm using my hand tools daily. I'm reading my books all the time. These are hygiene products that I continuously fill up. I'm at the range almost every month. My water bottle daily. Masks when I'm going out. So these are all things that you should be using all the time, and this is just part of your lifestyle. If you're enjoying this, this is a hobby for yourself, then if you're always prepared, you don't need to get prepared. And so start stocking up on these 12 things and you'll be ready to go. So now that we've discussed the 12 things, and I hope this is helpful for y'all, if you found it helpful, this took me a while to put together. Give me that thumbs up, and also subscribe, thumbs up, and leave a comment below, because by leaving a comment and subscribing, you are officially entering yourself into the 250 subscriber giveaway. So we are going to be giving away a brand new SE4. We're going to be announcing that once we hit 250 subscribers. So if you're watching this video and we haven't hit 250 subscribers yet, make sure that you are leaving a comment below and hitting subscribe. And on 250 subscribers, we will be giving away this brand new SE4. We'll be sending that out to you. Dan won the last one when we give it away at 100 subscribers, and we are growing very fast. And so by giving me the comment below and the subscribe, you have officially entered yourself to win this with incredible odds. Because look at it. There's not that many people leaving comments. And so I'd love to get this knife out to you. I'd love to get you involved into this lifestyle. I love this knife because it has the finger choil. So it's great for fine task work, but it's a 1/4 inch of steel. And so you can baton with this thing all day. Although I wouldn't recommend it, you could. So it's a phenomenal knife, my favorite survival knife. And so we'll be giving this away at 250 subscribers. If you're watching this video after we've hit 250, watch the latest videos, because we're always going to be running some type of giveaways on these videos. And so enter yourself in below and we'll be giving that away. So hoping to get this out to one of y'all. Really excited, and stay safe out there. Cheers, everyone.